Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the FSL circuit. My name is Aries, and we are into our second matchup of the day, which is between Hertz Emot as well as Liyab Haliya, and we are already into the draft. So, coming to the first game, if you missed that out, don't worry. Liyab Haliya won the first game in a 2-0 really comfortable fashion against members of... Hold on. Khaleesi team. Yep, sorry. I kind of forgot the team right there. But shout out to the girls for participating. I think they did really well in the second game. I think the draft was a lot better in the second game, though the Toro was... brings back a lot of memories when Toro used to be really strong and really scary hero to deal with. But then, you know, as the game starts to have more heroes come in, a lot of the newer heroes have a lot of mobility, so it's a lot harder for Toro to catch up. So he's like kind of like an old timer, and pretty much time to retire, or maybe, just maybe, they might change his kit to make him a little bit more relevant. But coming into the second game, and a hero that we can talk about in terms of high mobility is actually Zip getting banned out. But still no Trixie ban or pick, which is very interesting, because I wouldn't have expected Trixie to actually be let through. Although that being said, they are playing on the Indonesia server, so I mean the server that has been already merged. So that might be one of the reasons why Crazy not playing, because Crazy outside of this server, or rather this region, is picked and banned like consistently throughout. There's only solely the games that we can see this hero is getting let through. So every region has its meta, and this is the meta of the Malak and Omen. Malak and Omen both getting banned out. We've seen what Liyab Haliya can do with those two heroes, and I think Hertz Emot were watching their opponents in their first game, and rightfully so. They will take out those two heroes, which are the comfort picks, and they'll pick up the Marja for themselves. Liliana, Crash, as well as Fennec getting picked up. I'm pretty sure they will lock that in. I don't think they want to give that up. I was just speaking production previously, like in terms of the heroes pick for Kasaya, who was a caster for last year, and AoV as well. So shout out to Kasaya. She does really well in the jungle, but something kind of suggests to me that she does really well on jungles that are MMs. So like your Lindis, your Fennec, heroes like that are pretty much MM but does well in the jungle. Those are the heroes that she does well. She does really well on Quicknut as alongside with other junglers, but I feel that she's a little bit passive in terms of getting those kills. So that's the reason why I say Lindis and Fennec are better heroes that I think she's really much more comfortable with, because her farming, her wave clear in the jungle is so insane. She's always got the timings right. Whenever the buff is up, she's always there picking up those buffs. So that's why I kind of just cut it. I might be wrong, right? I might be wrong. There might be circumstances that she don't play. So big shout out to Kaisaya, and I will be rooting for you all the way. Hopefully you will make it to FSL Elite. But now coming into the rest of the draft, Hertz Emot here. We have a Quicknut getting locked in, so they will take it away from Liyab Haliya. This is why the Leto will set up for the Fennec. They ban out the Tain, Arthur, and Joker getting banned out. So 3 heroes that Liyab Haliya has been playing are already banned out by Hertz Emot. So you can see a lot of target bans throughout the board. I can't blame them. I can't blame them for that. Even for me, I'll be really afraid to go up against those 3 heroes. All the more so when Liyab Haliya just wrecked their opponents with those picks. Irie open up for grabs. They will be looking to fight against... I don't think we will see a Marja top, because I'm pretty sure that this is going to go bot. We're going to see Quicknut pretty much in the jungle, so mid and top still open. They still have a tank that they must pick, so Marja's kind of flex pick here, depending on who's going to be in the top lane. If it's a Liliana, I think Marja will do well in mid, because Marja can just pretty much harass Liliana without worrying too much. Although Marja can go top. So that's the flex pick that the side of Hertz Emot does have. Liyab Haliya though will lock in the Irie, so that's gonna be Irie on the top side. I think they will pick up a Florentino to actually deal with the Irie and have Zeno kind of roam. So Florentino against Irie topside, Florentino definitely a preferred pick. Does have the poke, does have the sustain. While Zeno will do pretty decent in the middle lane. Has Divine's Grace as well, which does help with team fights when it's needed. Timing will be a really big thing for the Zenu, especially if they are caught in a really tough scenario where you have a Fennec, you have a Liliana, so much burst on the side of Liyab Haliya that you really got to time that Zeno's ultimate right. If timed wrong, not only do you lose the person that you want to save, but at the same time, the Zeno comes in and he dies out. He instantly dies. So that is the one point that Hertz Emot has to look out for. Scud as the last pickup for Liyab Haliya. I like it. It's aggressive, it's risky, but it has that fine balance of excitement as well. You have that power punch.
10 seconds remaining.
And you have the dash. Obviously, you got ultimate with the knockback. Can kind of displace the Zenio as well as the Marja away from the Lindus and the quick knock. So I like it. They have a lot of CC on the side of Liyab Haliya. Like you have the Irie, you have Scud, and then you have a ton of AoE damage with the Crash as well as the Liliana, and Irie's ultimate is AoE as well. So that is the lineup that I really like. Decent amount of burst with the Scud and Fennec. Man, I mean, Liyab Haliya, they're just crushing this draft game so far for today. Really makes my job a lot easier when the draft looks so beautiful, right? Because, I mean, it's really nice to look at because you got a Fennec that's a burst, decent wave clear. You have got Crash and Scud, both really tanky heroes. Irie, really balanced, ultimate can provide that barrier. She does have a gap closer, decent amount of mobility. And then you top it off with a Liliana that's just so scary from what we see from saw for the first game. But if you cannot beat them in draft, you beat them on the battlefield. Hertz Emot, the second team to go up against Liyab Haliya, the team for the Philippines. Looks like it's gonna be a little bit different. Obviously with the Scud, the waves will change. Irie now down to bot lane. And Scud's gonna be up against the Florentino. Gotta admit, I was pretty surprised because I thought they might pick something a little bit different with the Irie going up top lane. But no, they pick up the Scud, which doesn't bother me too much, or rather doesn't bother draft too much because they both essentially do the same thing. And they pick up the Scud for good reason as well. I did mention that Florentino will do well against the Irie. So they pick up a Scud, which can match blow for blow. Literally blow for blow, not the skill name. Like literally blow for blow with that punch. But the good rotations coming in from Hertz Emot, a little bit aggressive, but they do want to make the space to pick up the Spirit Sentinel. Although Liyab Haliya might have to say something about that. They come in and Fennec now. They get onto the Scud and Florentino will pop off. He gets the first blood, gets the Crash as well. And look at that, Florentino just stopping off, not letting go of much. They pick up a 3Q and Kaisaya is the only one remaining from that fight. Man. That Zeno stun set up everything needed for Tessie. Hitting level 4 at the right timing, Florentino coming in with the burst. And Hertz Emot definitely abusing that early game draft that they have with the Florentino as well as a quick knock. Not to mention they have a really good mage in Marja. which is one of the reasons why we do see teams banning her out in the first phase of bans. Remember, this Mahjong is a first pick. It's a first pick Mahjong. So you can kind of see why as well, right? I mean, no mana cost, high amount of sustain, high amount of regen. She's like as independent as you can get for a mid laner. Scott top side against the Florentino. I was about to say Kitty was doing really well, but you know, that fight just changed everything. And now the Krina will come in, uses the ultimate, try to buy a bit of time, and Crash will come in at the right timing to make sure that Kitty will be able to TP back to base safely. Cass and Lee gonna be applying a little bit of pressure onto the top lane. Crash now. You definitely do want to sustain this tower. Use the ultimate. And the rest of Liyab Haliya now pushing in. They need the Fennec to pop up. Zaniel gets onto the backline. That's a good one. But once again, it is the Crash who will be the first one to fall. Kaisaya. Gotta use that Rolling Thunder defensively. And Scott will go down. Alongside the Crash. And not only did they get the Spirit Sentinel, they will pick up the tower on the top side. Like I said, if you can beat them in draft, you beat them in the game, and this is what they're doing right now. Unique with the ultimate, but not enough damage, and Lindis will dish up some damage of her own. Crash now, rotating down to the bot lane. Might be able to find a Q right now, but Liliana just out of range. Does get the stun down, but still out of range. Abyssal Dragon. Pretty certain this is going to go against, or rather go for the Fennec, especially with Kaisaya and her Smite. But she doesn't even need the Smite. Keeping it in the back pocket for now. Kitty in a little bit of trouble. Tezzy once again top lane. And Liyab Haliya having a little bit of a taste of their own medicine from the previous games where they constantly gang up the top side, constantly trying to find kills on the off laner. And Hertz Emot. They watched and they definitely learned. Now Lin coming into the bottom and Zeno coming with the ultimate Divine's Grace, allowing her to the dive. And Lin will not only pick up the blood, might be able to pick up even one more. Sustain, trying to find a kill onto Kaisaya, but a little bit too greedy. That big set hurt. Emotes will settle for the middle tower. They will pick up the Sage Golem for Tezzy. That is going to be stealing it away from the raid team. Hertz Emote trying to stay focused on picking up the bottom lane. And Unique is trying to do the exact opposite right now. Oh, too much burst from the Zenu and the Liliana for them to do even anything on the bottom side. So trade a tower for a Spirit Sentinel. Florentino gonna steal that away from Kaisaya. Yep, Haliya down by 3k. And they have yet to pick up their first objective of the game. They lose the Dark Slayer and Hertz Emote are looking really scary. They're gonna keep the Drake with Akira. Indonesia team gonna be applying a little bit more pressure in the jungle of Liyab Haliya. And this is what you gotta do as a team, right? Hertz Emot, they're doing all the right things. They know that Florentino is not able to bully Scud in lane, so they constantly send up Cricknut to actually go for ganks. And what this does is that it allows the team to win a lane decisively topside, and this is what it does as well. The gank coming in, they get decent damage down to March, and here comes the rest of Liyab Haliya. They lay down the Crash Ultimate, but that is it. There's no follow-up, there's nothing they can do. They lose the Irie on the bottom side. The Drake has been released. And that's pretty much a split push coming out for Hertz Emot. They still have the Drake slowly chipping it away at the bottom side. And the split push coming on top, it's good. Liyab Haliya, they have to sacrifice that bottom side. Absolutely nothing they can do. As Hertz Emot slowly claim the spoils that they have been working for so hard. And Unique jumps right into it. Irie with the ultimate, follow up by Maria. But there is not enough damage. Where is the follow up? Kitty can't even pull off her ultimate. And she gets blown up into pieces. As Hertz Emot now make their way onto the top end. And look at how quickly that tower will fall. Especially when you have a Lindis in your squad. Yeah, with the ultimate, but where is the follow-up? There is Divine Grace coming in. And both sides trying to lay a little bit of a hurt. Lin almost falls, but Tazi comes in at the right time. Maja almost falls as well, but Hertz Emot just doing an excellent job at managing those damage, just balancing it out. And they will not pass on the chance to pick up the middle turret as well. 2 base towers going down, and for the first time we are seeing Liyab Haliya struggle a little bit with that pressure from Hertz Emot. And it's not like Liyab Haliya has a really late game draft though. I did mention that they have a really balanced draft. And Fanning will definitely still have that damage output. Only problem is, Hertz Emot is not giving them any space. They got the first blood from top, and that was the only real mistake I would say that Liyab Haliya kind of made. It's not even a mistake to be honest, right? I mean, you have Tazi who's playing a Cricknut, and Cricknut is gonna do what Cricknut has to do, right? He's gonna gank, and even for Scott. There's just no way the Scud can, out-tank what a Cricknut can put up. And she's playing a really greedy build, right? You got Kitty who's going glass cannon Scud. So no defense, just pure damage, a lot of burst. But like I said, what you're sacrificing is to sustain, and you have that Cricknut just bursting you down. And from then on, Hertz Emot just constantly applying pressure throughout the other 3 lanes with that first blood that they have. Hertz Emot now going in for the final push. Once again, Zeno coming in to heal up the Florentino. And that is good. Instantly blows up 2 members. They go onto Liliana. Unique will make it to the base. But with that, Hertz Emot will buy the space needed to pick up game 1, going in the way of the blue team. And I gotta say, I'm pretty surprised. I thought Liyab Haliya would have done a lot better. Man, Hertz Emot proving to be a really strong contender. Did really well in the game as well. 14 and 1. And itemizations are on point. The Bleeds Blade coming out for the Lindis. You have the Boomstick coming out for the Maja. and Tezzy's just perfect timing on the rank breaker as well as the Omni Arms. But MVP will go to Lean. Well, I'm going to give my MVP to Tezzy there. Without the rotations coming off the Quick Knock, there's absolutely no way that they would have stomped that game as hard as they did. I mean, Kitty was doing a good job at, making sure that she stays a distance away from Lean, making sure that she does do well in the top lane. But then when the Quick Knock comes in and just spoils up your game, that's just so hard to come back from that. And, well, yeah, you got to give credit to Hertz Emot for that match, because they were just so clinical. I don't think they made too much of a mistake. I can't remember too many mistakes that they made. Even for the one death, that was just them playing a little bit greedy. But they did get what they come for, right? They managed to get a lot of objectives and they closed the game out. With that, Hertz Emot 1-0. Remember, it is a best of 3. So Liyab, Haliya, similarly to the opponents in the previous matchup, will have another chance. Hopefully they will come back and we will go to game 3 with that. We'll go for a short break, and when we're back, more AoV. Alright, and we are now currently into the second game between Liyab, Haliya as well as Hertz Emot, and we are already in the drop, so we don't want you to miss any of that. Let's just dive right in. But remember, a big shout out to our sponsors, Dreamcore, Super Solid, Aftershock, and Yahoo. Shout out to you guys for making this possible, as well as you guys who are watching at home. I love you guys, but yeah, you guys and girls, that's what I meant. Coming into the second draft of the game, we've got Liyab, Haliya betting out the Florentino as well as the Darcy, while Hertz Emot will ban out the Marlock and Matcha. So I'm pretty surprised that the Darcy was banned out, but that being said, they will be able to pick up the Omen for themselves. So the reason why they didn't have the Omen in the previous game was because Hertz Emot actually banned out the Marlock as well as the Omen. So that's gonna put the Quick Knock open up for picks. Violet is open. Zeno is open as well. Oh, Russ. I would be really surprised at Russ pick, because if they pick up a Russ here, I think Russ should be a mid. I don't think they will put him as a support. Given their play style, I think Hertz Emot are a really aggressive team, especially with the gank. And this is what I meant, right? As Quick Knock, you always want to be ganking, make good use of timing. The moment you get that level 4, that's when, Quick Knock becomes really dangerous, always looking for the first gank. And that was what happened in the first game. The Quick Knock just went top, easy kill for Tezzy, and then from there on, it was just so tough for Hertz Emot to even have any sort of a chance in that game. Like, they got the first kill, and they just steamrolled from there. Like, Hertz Emot just completely crushed it. Take the first kill, push the first tower on top side, apply pressure on mid and bot with the leanness, and abuse that damage that the Zeno can put out. The thing about Zeno is he's such a good character, not only in terms of utility but in terms of opening up the map for a team. Right? You can have it can be a 3v2, which is what we saw Hertz Emot trying to do in the first game. A 3v2, and then when you need the Zeno, he just uses his ultimate and suddenly it's a 4v1. Or, if you don't need a Zeno, you put 3v2. So you put the oppositions in a really tough spot. Do we commit 3 members in the off lane to fight against the 3 members and defend? Or do we win and put 4? If we put 4, we're going to lose the bot lane. If we put 3 members on the top side, we're going to match 3 for 3, and then when they put the Zeno back, we're going to lose 4v3. We put 2v3, we lose both lanes. So it's always a very tough decision when you have a Zeno in your team, which is why I think Hertz Emot kind of won that game as well. But coming into the second matchup, we're going to be seeing Zip as well as Krizik getting picked up. I'm really excited for this. It's been a while since we've seen both heroes getting played. In fact, I don't remember in any of the qualifiers that I've seen these 2 heroes getting played side by side, or let alone on the same match. So they will be playing on the opposite end. Zip's getting picked up by Liyab, Haliya, and Hertz Emot is like, you know what? If you pick up the Zip, we'll take the Krizik. So I'm really excited for this. I did mention about the camouflage and Zip, and what's the best part? They're not even the most irritating part about Zip is not even his ultimate, it's his second skill. The fact that you can swallow your teammates and roll away and just say peace out, I'm out of here, and your opponents can do nothing about that, that has got to be one of the most irritating thing and hardest skill to actually deal with. Because if you don't have enough lockdown, or if you don't have enough burst damage, then Zip just gets a free get out jail card, and he can even buy one for his teammate. So you buy one, get one free. Murad as well as Zil getting banned out, so a lot of bursty heroes or bursty assassins getting taken out for the side of Liyab Haliya. Hertz Emot, they know that Liyab Haliya needs a jungler now, and banning out those two heroes are really wise, because I think they're setting up for the Ras pick. I really think the Ras will be a mid. And it's the only reason why you will ban out those two heroes. You know, heroes that can out damage your Ras, heroes that can out rotate a Ras. And now we're gonna see Liyab Haliya ban out both the Violet and Lindis. So they're banning out heroes that both sides have not picked up, or the roles they have not picked up. I like the Wisp pick though. Wisp is a hero that's really rarely picked. We haven't seen the Vips getting picked up. And we're gonna see Arthur as well as Elendor just possibly getting picked up. Whips has so much burst. The thing about Whips is that she's an MM that's not the easiest to deal with. Gonna be looking up the stats for Whips just to make sure I get my stats right. It looks like we might see a Veras getting picked up, which is always nice. I think Qgrowth would fit the draft a lot better, because you need someone that can not only deal with the Omen, but able to out-sustain the fight. Because you have Arthur, you have Crixie, you have Elendor, a lot of bursts, and a lot of lockdown. So I'm a little bit worried for Qgrowth if he does get picked up, because if the stun comes in, then he's not able to sustain in that fight. But they pick up a Yenna, which makes a lot more sense. Yenna isn't really too affected. She's gonna be definitely in the top lane, up against that Omen, and then we're gonna see Crixie in mid up against the Ras. But yeah, like I said, Whips is something that's a little bit interesting. They kind of changed her ultimate. So shock and awe, for those who are not sure. When it first came out, the damage was just insane. And if I'm not wrong, it was 65%. So they dropped it to 50% right now, which is a lot better for, in my opinion, because when Whips first came out, she was constantly getting pictures, constantly always in that first phase pick, because she's just so insane, right? So much damage. At the same time, she does have a very short channeling time, so she doesn't put herself in too bad of a position. But 50%, that's a really huge reduction. Still viable, and this is the reason why we do see the Whips getting picked up. So Zip gonna be getting harassed a little bit from the tree click. Meanwhile, it's gonna be the Whips up against Arthur in bot lane, while Omen putting up against Sienna. Definitely gonna be using that half Crescent Blade to harass this Omen. Just get ahead. Kitty already down to half HP. And Hertz Emot, if you look at their heroes, they have a lot of poke right now. They've got a Ras with the punch. They've got Whips that outrages Arthur. You got, a Yenna that can kind of harass Omen without putting herself in a bad position. Powdered on with a Trixie. And they have the Trixie crit knock combo up and running, right? You camouflage onto the crit knock, and he becomes this invisible bomb that's so scary. Krixik still level 3. But we have Tezzy, who's already at level 4, and he found his first target. He tried to go for the Crixie there, but he will settle for the Zip. But it does get secured by Ras. They might find another one onto the Omen. Good timing. First ulti, didn't find anyone. Second one, set up a double kill for the team, which is more than good enough. Once again, Kasaya getting ganked out and her own jungle. That's what you get with Rust. Like I said, they have a ton of poke in that draft, but now Arthur coming in with the ultimate. Grass just gladly gonna push him back, and Tezzy will use that space to secure that red buff. And that's gonna be the Might Golem going away. And now Kitty trying her best to hook onto the Sage Golem before Kasaya can pick it up. Chira now more than independent in the mid lane, should be able to sustain on her own. Meanwhile, top side, Lin might be able to pick up Kitty, both sides using flash at the same time. And she's not even afraid to do damage on her own. Tazzy and the rest of Hertz Emot will join on to the top side, while Popme still pressurizing, still bullying the Arthur. This is just a mismatch for Unique. Meanwhile, in the jungle, Ras once again with the push. Crixie has the ultimate, but not enough burst damage, and now Ras might get locked down by the Omen. Yes, they will secure the Ras, but here comes Krignak. Although Kitty has to say something about that camouflage coming in for Rivalda, so they trade off. Oh, and she doesn't even get taken out. She flickers just out of time, or just in time, over the wall. So not only does she distract the side of Liyab Haliya from chasing on Krignak, she will get out there alive by herself. First major objective on the map right now, it's the Abyssal Dragon. Arthur now just using those blades to put a little bit of a distance between himself and the team. As the siege wave comes up, it looks like Liyab Haliya will drop that Abyssal Dragon. Meanwhile, bottom lane getting pressured. And they will pick up the first tower of the game. Meanwhile, the Abyssal Dragon, can they even secure it? No, they can't. Elendor will take it away. And Kasaya comes in with the smite. Oh, it's not even a smite, it's just a normal attack. And not only do they get it now, they are under siege. Crixie coming out of the ultimate right now, but Ras with the pushback, and Unique is standing in the middle of it all. Do they have enough damage? They're nearly one hit away, but that is good enough. Ras with the poke gets the Arthur, and they might lose Elendor as well. Comes back for more, but the only thing she will get is punch to her face from Ras. Omen playing very aggressively, but that shot comes in just in time. Kitty gets out of range, will walk away with a kill onto the Krignak. So 1-for-1 trade, or rather 2-for-3 trade, but Liyab Haliya will pick up the middle tower along the way. So I gotta say that's pretty fair. At the moment I say that, they get one back, just to make sure they're always ahead. They do not secure that middle tower, but they're already well ahead to the top side. Kitty now sensing that there's a little bit of trouble, and trouble there is. Ras now looking around. Akira setting up the fight. Spots up Mireya. And they want to quickly take down this tower, and now they can go for the push if they want to. Zip now with the roll, and that might be a bad engagement because she's away from the rest of the team, and Ras will pick up the easy kill onto Zip, but not before Omen falls. So that is a 2-0 in that fight alone. Krignak will pick up the middle tower uncontested. And it looks like the blue buff already stolen away. Lin on the nearby spots out quickly. But she knows it is not possible to pick that one up. And so they will settle for the bot lane. Or rather, they will settle for the Abyssal Dragon. They do lose Yena on the top side. But that is only a lone kill. Nothing to worry about. Quickly using an ultimate dash just to push them back. They spot out an Omen in the jungle all by himself. Tezzy will miss on the outer. Kitty forced to use the blink. And now both sides will reset. The AoE damage, it's a little bit scary for Hertz Emot because of the Ras as well as the whips. Once she lays those barriers down as well as the shotgun, or that might be a little bit of trouble. Kitty already down to half HP from the Ras alone. One more poke should do the trick. Gets out of range just in time. But that's gonna be the Dark Slayer for the side of Hertz Emot. Meanwhile, Liyab Haliya being pushed with the backs against the wall. Remember, game 1 already in the hands of Hertz Emot, and it's always nice to have that buffer. Now Yena down in mid, spots out the Arthur, and that is one bad rotation. I mean, it wasn't really a bad rotation, it was just a little bit unfortunate timing. They jump into the back line, Zip has to back away. Rust nearly gets in range, nearly picks up Uriah. Yeah, but Miera will be able to get out of that alive, but look at how quickly Whips and the rest of the team will tear that one down. And now it looks like they want to force their way into the game. They want to end game 2 right now. They're keeping this streak alive, but the Arthur gets a good ultimate, but not enough. Look at the AoE damage. That's the AoE damage that I talked about. Raz comes in, does a little bit of that 1-2 punch. Crick now follows up, and they also get one more kill onto the Illendor. And that's going to be a triple kill for the Crick now. She will eventually fall, but Tezzy will be really proud of their performance. And now they can look to end the game. Crixie all by herself. They cannot even defend against this Drake. And honestly, Hertz Emot could have ended the game right there if the whips came in. And there it is. That's going to be the 2-0. And unfortunately, it is the end of the road for Liyab Haliya. The goals did really well coming in, and I wouldn't even consider the issue with the draft. It was just rotations throughout for the side of Hertz Emot. They did so well. And that was just as clinical as it can get. Trixig, definitely my MVP. 0-0-13. That's 90% of involvement in terms of team kills. And look at that. This is the reason why you cannot give Trixig away. And like I said, I'm just so surprised, because usually you would ban out the Trixig, or you would pick up the Trixig, and surprisingly it just took all the way up to game 4 that we have in today's games to see a Trixig getting picked up. So look at the items right now. I mean, there's really nothing I can really point out, because it was just so quick. The game was just over so quickly, and like, yeah, I mean, it's just clinical throughout. So, well played to the ladies from Hertz Emot. They managed to secure that game. I think Tezzy and Rivalda will be the players to look out for. Same goes for Akira. I think her Ras is really good. The fact that they have a lot of poke from both the whips and the Ras kind of puts them on the front foot. The only hero that has a decent range coming in from the side of Yalip is only the March, and that's it. Like, only Crixie has the range from the first skill and the ultimate. Other than that, they don't really have too much. All of them are just up in your face with the Lindor, especially with the Omen and the Alter. But like I said, I don't really think it's too much of a draft issue. It's just how well the ladies coming up from Hertz played. So with that, we will go for a little bit of break. The other games are still going on, so we will take a short break before we go into the next game, which will be between Kiss Ladies and another team from Hertz as well, Hertz App ABT. I hope I got that right. But once again, a big shout out to our sponsors, Dreamcore, Super Solid, Aftershock, and Yahoo. And a big shout out to you guys who are watching. We still have 2 more games to go. My name is Aris, and I'll see you after the break.